Hello everyone. Let's start with the next topic of various type of yield measures. Now, how yield are presented in different ways. We have already calculated yield to maturity YTM using the time value of money discounted cash flow equation, discounted cash flow technique equation, DCF equation. But still, in practice, there are various ways in which yield measures are presented. Street convention yield, true yield, current yield, bond equivalent yield, government equivalent yield. Now, what are these terms? So, at different places, different type of yields are presented in the market, used in the practice. So, let's go for different type of yield measures. First, small topic. First is current yield. What is current yield? Current yield is your very simple, without considering time value of money, it is annual coupon paid by the bond over the flat price of the bond multiplied by 100. So, it is a simple return calculation for 1 year without considering the compounding effect on the base price what you are paying for purchasing the bond. So, it is coupon rate divided by your bond price, flat price, bond flat price, that is excluding your accrued interest. Second is simple yield. Again, simple yield is not for, it is also annualized yield, but it not only consider your current coupon, but also the gain or loss what you are going to generate while by purchasing bond at a premium or discount to face value and redeeming at face value or par value. That amount, that additional gain or loss is also considered here in the form of amortized income. So, what they are going to do, they are going to add annual coupon plus your simple amortization of, that is simple average of your gain and loss, that is your bond redemption value minus your issue price at which you are going to purchase the bond divided by number of years. So, it will be split over the period of your holding period, and then that will be divided by your flat price, that is your original invested value in the bonds. Next is YTM. Again, now YTM, when we have calculated YTM, that is also having certain assumptions. The first assumption is when we have calculated YTM of corporate bond, we have used 30 by 360 day convention, whereas in actual practice the month is of not 30 days, February may be of 28, 29 days depending on leap year or non-leap year, Jan, July, August, October, December, March are of 31 days, and the complete year will be of 365/366 depending on the leap year. But when we have done the yield calculation from that DCF formula, we have used a day convention of 30 by 360. Further, we have taken one more assumption. The assumption is that whatever is the scheduled payment date of coupon and the redemption value, all cash flows arise on those scheduled date only. All cash flows arise on those scheduled dates only. Let's say if it is if the scheduled date of payment of maturity is 15th of August in case of India, which is an Independence Day of India, and we have a bank holiday, so there will be no bank transaction, there will be no settlement, the settlement will be pushed to next day. Or if it is a weekend, if the transaction or the coupon redemption value or coupon is required to be paid on Saturday, then it will be paid on Monday. The issuer will be paying on Monday. So यहाँ पर जो हॉलीडे का इम्पैक्ट है वो हमने कंसिडर ही नहीं किया जब हमने YTM का कैलकुलेशन किया, बिकॉज हमने तो व्हाट वी हैव डन इज वी हैव डिस्काउंटेड कैश फ्लो विद द कांस्टेंट टाइम गैप. This type of yield calculation with these assumptions: number one, payment will be done on the scheduled date, there will be no impact of holidays, no impact will be considered for holidays, and number two, 30 by 360 day convention. because we have taken power as 1, 2, 3, 4. If it is a semi-annual, or if it is a annual, or if it is a quarterly or monthly, we have discounted it with whole power 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and so on. Whereas it should be 30 by 360 days, 30 by 365 or 31 or so on. So, if this type of yield calculation is called as street yield convention. Street yield convention, where you are using 30 by 360. But when you use actual by actual, this street yield convention is called as government equivalent yield. Government equivalent yield. We have already done with the semi-annual bond equivalent yield. What is semi-annual bond equivalent yield? When the annualized YTM of a bond is converted on a semi-annual periodicity basis, then it is called as semi-annual bond equivalent yield. But when you are using a day convention of actual upon actual for discounting, it is called as government equivalent yield. Next is, when you consider actual holidays, all holidays, your weekends or festival holidays and other holidays, banking holidays, where there is no settlement of money and the amount will be settled on the next working day, then in that case, if you consider these holidays while discounting, it is the yield what you calculate is called as true yield. Now, since cash flows are pushed for 1, 2, whatever is the holiday period, and they are pushed further, that is why their present value will go down. And if with the same present value and the cash flow is going 1 or 2 days moving forward, and you are calculating the yield, it means the yield will be, the yield what you are going to calculate will be less. Assuming that you are discounting 100 rupees which is standing at 1 month and which is standing at 1 month and 2 days. Of course, the yield which is the cash flow which is standing after 2 days, 1 month and 2 days will have lower present value, and if you compare it with the same present value, the yield will be the returns will be less, because more time period is taken for repayment. Then we can conclude that your true yield will be always less than your street yield convention YTM what we have calculated. Next, how to calculate this 30 by 360 into actual by actual? Do we have any shortcut formula? We have an approximation formula. What we are going to do, not exact but very insignificant difference will be there. That's why we can use approximation formula, where what we are going to do, that yield what we have calculated on 30 by 360 basis will be multiplied by 365 upon 360. The normal proportionate concept will be used, that 360 will be divided and 365 will be multiplied. So it will give an approximation value of yield based on actual by actual. So very small topic. Let's go for one illustration for this. There is a bond with coupon rate of 12%, face value of $1,000. So PMT will be your 12%, 120. Then number of year is 4, and we have N, PMT, PV, and let's have the price also. So PV of the bond is equals to, let's say it is 980 rupees. So first of all, we have to find out the periodicity. Periodicity, let's say bond periodicity is equals to annual 1. Can we calculate normal yield from our formula? First of all, it is called as street convention yield based on 30 by 360 concept is your YTM based on street convention 30 by 360 days will be equals to, let's see what is the YTM. It is 980 negative 120 positive, 1000, 4 years, we got a YTM of 12.6678%. Now, when we have done this calculation, we have assumed that all payments will be made on the scheduled date. There will be no impact of holidays. What will be the current yield? Current yield, let's say we are doing it on, this is flat price, so there is no accrued interest. We are doing this work on the coupon payment date only. So current yield will be 120 over 980 multiplied by 100 gives you 12.2449%. Number 3, if you want to calculate simple yield, it will be 120 plus 1000 minus 980 over 4 years whole upon 980 multiplied by 100 is equals to, so it is 20 over 4 plus 120 divided by 980% gives you 12.7551%. Next, if you want to calculate government equivalent yield, we can use a simple YTM based on actual by actual as YTM on 30 by 360 concept into 365 over 360. That will gives you 12.6678 multiplied by 365 over 360, that is equals to into 365 divided by 360, very small difference will be there, 12.8437%. Next, if we want to calculate bond equivalent yield, semi-annual bond equivalent yield, what we have to go for? We have to go for a periodicity of 2. In that case, we have to convert this annual yield into 1 plus APR 1 upon 1 whole power 1 should be equals to how much? 1 upon APR 2 whole power 2. So let's put the values. 1.126678 is equals to 1 plus R upon 2 whole power 2. So R is equals to square root minus 1 multiplied by 2 multiplied by 100 is equals to, so R is equals to 12.2901% per annum, and this is quoted on a semi-annual periodicity basis. So semi-annual periodicity basis YTM of 12.2901% is equal to annual periodicity YTM of 12 point, I will say annual periodicity 12.6678% is equals to semi-annual periodicity YTM of 12.2901%, and this is called as semi-annual bond equivalent yield. So we have done bond equivalent yield, government equivalent yield, simple yield, and then the current yield and normal yield, which is the default street convention. For true yield, we have to consider each and every date. That is only possible with the Microsoft Excel functions. So with this, let's close this topic, and next we will go for callable bonds. So current yield, simple yield is a simple coupon plus your simple average amortization of your additional gain and loss on redemption from compared to its purchase price over flat price whole upon flat price, then the street convention default, 30 by 360 concept, government equivalent yield, true yield. We are done with this topic. So thank you so much. Thank you everyone.